gonna try to keep this more of a serious video. Sorry, my truck is on right now. I'm a truck driver. If you guys are new, I'm sure this is gonna bring a couple of people to my video, to my channel, regarding what I'm gonna talk about. It's a pretty hot topic right now, like fuel shortages along the East Coast, which is predominantly where I run. That's where all my running is. Yes, I shaved. I'll explain that in another video. That's not here. I'm about talking about this. So what I kind of want to give my thoughts on how the media is portraying this attack. Yes, it was an attack. They make it sound a lot more. They make it sound a lot more intense than it is. If you guys don't know what ransomware is, what it is that usually these companies will create an encryption type of software with its own type of encryption on it. Like, you can't, it makes it harder for them. What they do is they lock your data down in this encryption, and then they sell you the cure. So they basically give you a disease, and they're the only ones with the cure, so then they sell you the cure so that you can get your shit back. So what happened at this pipeline was some dumbass was opening up an email. Most likely, this is like the easiest form of attack here, is they have an Excel file or a PowerPoint, and it says click here to enable content. It will then reach out to the internet, grab all the necessary files in the background, and then all of a sudden the person's like, well, nothing's happening. By the time they know it, everything on the background of their computer is starting to lock down into a specific file format that their encryption software dictates. So that's happening. If it's on the network, it starts reaching out. What kind of permissions does this person have? It starts reaching out and grabbing other shit. It starts locking those computers down. And then then it starts taking control of those computers. And if they got rights on those computers, then they're using those credentials to get further into the network. So essentially what happened was they went in to a computer. They had to have gotten backdoor access to one of the major computers that controls the flow of the fuel that runs from New Jersey all the way down to Houston, Texas, along the whole East Coast, and they shut the pumps off. Okay, so it's been about 5 days. What they're saying is that there's no fuel shortage. We have plenty of fuel. We have plenty of supplies, but it's just getting the fuel there is the problem. So people, of course, fucking hoarders, go out in droves and are buying cans and cans of fuel, and they're panic buying, just like the fucking shortage there for the toilet paper and during the winter months. So people are just panic buying, and it's causing the crisis that they were saying was going to happen. They keep putting the blame on these people that were attacking the infrastructure, but I mean, I'm not siding with these guys, and yes, this sucks, but there needs to be better security measures in place, especially if something as drastic as fuel. They're putting all the blame on, like, this is exactly what the attackers want. Dude, I think they're called DarkSide. It's a hacking company or a hacking group where they don't want to be associated with government, so they think that it was a Russian hacker group by the name of DarkSide. They're literally just out for money. And I think that they have a new toy. So what tells me is that they're calling themselves DarkSide. The way that this is sounding is that they are possibly teenagers, mid-20s. They got a hold of an encryption software that can be licensed now, and they shoot it out. Now, what I think is going to happen, or what I think is happening right now, is they're having to get with the government to get, like, reverse engineers, like basically hacker, what are they called, like Malwarebytes. They reverse engineer the viruses, right? So they have to get like the top heads to come in and try to decrypt this software, because the infrastructure that's already in place for moving, say like 2-point-something million gallons a day, it would be astronomical in price on what it would cost for them to fix it, or to redo all their systems. So this group bought this encryption software, and now they used it on the pipeline. They got lucky by some idiot at the fucking pipeline that opened up an email wrong, and now their whole network is shut down, and now the gas is down. Now the people over there are like, oops, I didn't know that it was going to do that much damage, but now we want this much money and we'll give you the code, the decrypted software, and we'll decrypt your data for you. Now, what I've noticed is that the larger the files with these decryptor processes, I was with a company once that we got hacked, and we had some very large file folders that they like compress and then they encrypt those because it's too large for it. They want it to be done as quickly as possible with this decryptor, so they're designed to encrypt everything as quickly as possible. So when you go to decrypt these giant files, it gets corrupted. And they don't know how to fix it. And these people that are over there that you're calling or whatever, that you're trying to pay them in Bitcoin or whatever, you give them the money and they're like, no, bro, that's it. This is it. I sent it to you. Just use it. That's how you decrypt your software. They don't know how it works. They don't, it's not regulated or anything. These people are outlaws, and they're like, they know the encryptor works, but does the decryptor? I don't know. Pay and find out. And what are you gonna do? Write a Yelp review about it? So this has hit a major company here, major deal, like from Texas to New Jersey, man. Like pipeline, 5,500 miles of pipeline. Don't drive right now. But what they're saying is to not panic buy. Of course, people are gonna fucking panic buy. There's no stopping them. We can encourage it all day, but I guess what else do you expect? Yes, we got to tell people not to do it because we're all idiots, right? We're all idiots. So don't go panic buy. But then you got those small percentages of people that go out there and start panic buying shit, toilet paper and fucking gasoline. And I drive a big 18-wheeler. I use diesel number 2. I'm in San Antonio right now, and I got a quarter tank. I'm a lease operator, so I only buy fuel according to my trips. So I'm not gonna fill up if I only have a 500-mile trip. I just need to put the amount of fuel that I need for that trip, because the company that I'm running for is not going to pay me to fill my truck up so that I can get their 400-mile load to them, So I'm not about, how fucking heavy diesel number 2 is? It's like 6 pounds a gallon. I got 200-gallon tanks on my truck. I'm not gonna sit here and drive around with big ass fucking those red containers holding fuel. So yeah, I'm just kind of deloused the situation. I'm not really offering any additional information that hasn't already been put out there. But I figured I'd give y'all an idea of what the cyber attack entails, what a ransomware attack entails, and that they're kind of like, really, they shouldn't be putting the blame on these cyber attack people. That's never going to change. So instead of blaming the people that are doing it, blame the people that were lacking in knowledge against that cyber attack. These hackers are out here to get everybody. Right. So train people to combat it. Don't open emails you don't recognize. Be sure you definitely look at the email address. If it says enable content, you're not sure, get with your IT people. If it's taking too long, blame it on them. Like, this kind of shit can happen. This is serious. And this happens millions of times a day, I'm sure, all over the country. And I haven't been in IT, and it's been a year now. I was in IT for 15 years before I became a truck driver. And it's because of the pandemic that I had to become a truck driver. Who gives a shit, right? Who cares? Who the fuck are you? I'm TruckerDude Brent. Nice to meet you. I hope you found this video helpful. And but yeah, so blame the people that were lacking in knowledge. That, as boring as it is, every stupid rule has a stupid reason. So put your motherfucking people through training, cybersecurity training, what to look out for. And then something this serious, getting fired is not a good enough punishment, in my opinion. Well, what else do you suggest? Torture, motherfucker. That's what I say. No, look at what it's causing. He shouldn't be used. I would say if he lost his job, that'd be horrible. Yes, of course. He might have made a mistake. Okay, fine. He should be the stepping stone into, like, making sure that this is what can happen if you're not properly trained against cybersecurity. And there aren't a lot of measures in place to protect people to doing that. Most of these cybersecurity training awareness classes are done within the companies they work for. Did he attend his? I don't know. Do they have them? I don't know. I don't work for them. I drive a truck. Just be careful. Don't click on shit you're not supposed to click on. You don't recognize it, just delete it. Google's not always going to catch Yahoo, all these motherfuckers. They're not always going to catch these ransomwares. And your data is definitely not as valuable as their data. It might be to you, but just know, they get your data, they get your Google data, This should be fear mongering here. If they get your Google data, that's all, folks. All your travel history, all your like where your phone goes, Google knows. How was Denny's? How was the Lion's Den XXX sex shop? Write your review. You're popular. Hey, write another review. What's going on? You gonna tell us about the Love's travel stop you went to? What'd you buy? Huh? We already know. Like, all that data. Going home, going to work, the times you go home, the times you go to work, all your most intimate, insider, everything about you. Your phone knows more about you than you do about your fucking self. That's all stored with Google. And you know, there's a nifty little button inside your Google account that says download my data. And it lets you download everything about you. Where you shopped, if your credit cards are tied to your Google account, what you're buying, what you say. I don't know if they give you that information back. All of the places you've been, where you stopped at, all the way up until you've had your Google account. Usually you do that to delete your account, then you try to migrate it over to a new account so you can hold on to it or whatever. But 2-step verification. Do it. All right, that's it. I didn't realize this was going to run that long. But anyways, remember, just lays up ahead and fucking ready to take care, and I'll see y'all another time.